All right, good morning or good evening or whatever time you're watching this. I hope you're having a great day. But this is the third episode of the City Slicker Podcast, production by my YouTube channel, City Slicker Productions. This is the video podcast of this. I have it as a audio podcast as well on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you're interested in listening to it, I'll be working on putting those up on there, putting the podcast up on there if you're interested in listening to podcasts. But this is just a channel of me, but at the moment the focus is on hunting because that's what's coming up. So I was thinking about what I should do for a podcast. Yesterday I had some issues or whatever, but I got them all figured out. But I was like, what do I want to do for a next podcast? And these are a lot harder to do than I thought every day, because a podcast really should be something that you kind of think out and like really make a detailed thing. So I wanted to make sure that I was putting out quality. So what I'm going to talk about today is I know that I've been in this situation before, and I figured that many people would appreciate it if I could help anybody, in the outdoors or in any space of whatever. So today I'm going to be talking about buying a shotgun in 2023, specifically a hunting shotgun. So if you've ever bought a shotgun, or if you're in the market yourself right now, you're probably going to be able to relate to this. You don't know if you want to spend the big bucks to go and get the Benelli SB3, or as an example of one, or if you want to go up and get it like a Browning A5. Those guns are absolutely amazing. They look beautiful, like they're great. But you're looking to grab at anything that you could just like grasp that would help you with what you want. So like you just want to hear someone that says this is a shotgun that's gonna work. And me, just like anyone else, like you work for what you got, so you don't want to get a piece of junk, but you want to have quality, something that's gonna last. So I have knowledge of two shotguns that I would not look past these guns, even though I bought mine a couple years ago, and same as the other one. It's not mine, but it's my buddy Nathan, his shotgun that we bought at the same time, and they're a specific style, which is a very, very good style. But before I get into that, I would kind of like to dip into my experience shooting shotguns. So I grew up and I did my first podcast or whatever. If you haven't seen that, you should go and watch that, and make sure to subscribe while you do here on YouTube, because this is going to be my main focus. But I started out shooting a BB gun, and I worked my way up to a 410 shotgun. I've been pretty much had a gun in my hand since I was like 8. So I got pretty decent experience with guns. I've got about 11 some, whatever. Not that it matters. But, so, my shotgun's right here, but I'm gonna get into my experience. So, like I said, been shooting shotguns forever. It took me the longest time to build up the courage to shoot one, because I was a little sissy. But once you shoot one, you'll break the seal. I know everybody's had that moment where it's your first time to shoot a 12 gauge, and your dad says it don't kick, and you shoot it and it knocks you on your butt, but then you end up picking it back up. And that's something I find funny, is like when I first started shooting shotguns, and I was so scared to shoot them or whatever, because I was worried about the recoil, and now I'm out here you just know what it's gonna do, and I'll put the gun in my shoulder wrong sometimes even, and it bucks you, but you just love it. And that's something I find really cool. But I was also I competed at the state and national level in a clay target shooting team. I don't know if my coaches watch these. I know they're both busy people. A lot of them well, one of them, he's a lineman. One of our coaches, he works for himself, or I don't know if it's his dad, and he fixes fire trucks. It's pretty cool what he does with them. And then my other coach, Rick, he's high up in his position where he works at our county, and he keeps our roads all ready to go. And he's they're all great guys. But if you guys are watching, hope you guys like this. I know your daughters or whatever, they've got their I know that Corey and Matt, my coaches, their daughters shoot Caesar Guarinis, but that's for trap shooting, not necessarily hunting. So I wanted to target this episode toward the person that's looking to buy a shotgun in 2023, and you don't know what to do, and you don't want to spend over like $1,000 or so bucks. So 5 years I competed. Each year I was in the top 5, which I'm pretty proud to say. And we went to state and nationals every year, and we did really well. I was state champion. Me and 4 others was for top 5. 1 second, I have to sneeze. We were state champions on a skeet team. So our skeet team competed in the state of Michigan, and we were state champs. So we ended up pulling out the win for it, which was really, really cool. But yeah, so I'm 5, and I was top 5 on our team, but I competed at the state and national level for 5 years, shooting clay targets for trap, and I was on the team that was state champions for skeet. So just a little bit about my shotgun experience, and I've been hunting like all sorts of. I hunt dairy farms and stuff like that, shooting birds with my shotgun, and I would say that I'd definitely be a feared opponent behind a shotgun if I was going against someone. Not necessarily that I'm the best in the world, but I know my way around a shotgun, and I'm pretty good. And specifically this one because I like it. So the 2 shotguns that I want to dip into and talk about, the first one here, I don't have the other one because it's my buddy's and it's at his house, but I can tell you just as much as you would like to know about it. And these 2 guns, they were put side by side, but in my 100% opinion, for if you're going to buy a shotgun in 2023 and you're looking to hunt, there's 2 different classes of hunting shotgun or a semi-auto. And there is gas-powered, which uses the gases in the barrel to eject your shell and load the next one. And there's inertia-driven that doesn't use the gases, but from what I know, there's a spring back here, and the shell pushes it out itself. So the wad and everything goes out, and then this pushes it out, but it doesn't use the gases of the gun to push it out. So if you're familiar with the inside of a shotgun, usually here you would take this piece off of your forend or your foregrip, and there would be a whole bunch of rigmarole or parts and pieces. But with an inertia, all you have is the magazine tube, and all your hardware is back in here. And if you ask me, in my 100% opinion, the best shotgun, if you're looking to hunt and you're looking to be serious about it, would be an inertia driven. You can shoot all kinds of loads. I've shot even with the other gun that I'm going to talk about, which is the Franke Affinity 3. That gun is just everything I'm saying about this gun can go for that one as well. Me and my buddy Nathan have both shot from like the lightest of the light trap loads up to the heaviest goose loads, and I crow hunt a lot, and that's something I like to do. I like to shoot crows. I use turkey loads for them, and I'll fill that gun up, and it will bark 3 right out, and doesn't even have no problems with it. So The gun here that I have here is the Weatherby Element. So this gun here, I'm pretty sure your price is gonna be. Let me get my computer here going back up so it's not just a computer signal screen. I'll go on here. I think your price range for this, I bought mine for $650, but that was around before COVID time. But let me go. I could have done this before, but I figure it would be Weatherby Element. So this model is the synthetic model. They have this in wood grain and all this other stuff that could be more. But I bought mine from Sportsman's Warehouse. Or no, I bought it. Actually, yeah, I did buy it from Sportsman's Warehouse. Yeah, this gun is actually same. It stayed around the same price. So this gun is looking at you're looking at the 650, 570 to 650 buck range, and this gun right here will hang with the big dogs because I shot on a trap line with people that had a Caesar Guarini or this and that, and that gun helped me have the same averages as anyone else. And the Franke, Nathan, he used that, and I like them Frankes. If I buy a 20 gauge, I'll buy a Franke, if I can find that same gun in that platform. But the Franke Affinity 3, and the cool thing about the Frankes are you can buy those in 3.5. So you can get a Franke Affinity 3.5, and they've got a couple different styles of them. Now the Franke comes in a little bit more pricey than this one. The Franke knocks on the door of just like from your 800 to 1,000, but that gun is just as good. Nathan has no problems with it. And the biggest thing with these guns, with the inertia-driven shotguns, is I don't know if you're obviously you're in the market, you kind of know a little bit about shotguns, but they're super light. And if you want to be able to like get on the bird and be able to swing nice and smooth, having a light shotgun helps. And a lot of times gas powered shotguns up here, right here on your like your end here, this is really beefy and it's super heavy, so there's a lot of weight towards the front of your gun, and the grip is just huge. But with these, it's just a nice sleek profile, super light, and I think they come in just under 6 pounds or so, or it might be 6 pounds. But if you're in the market for a shotgun, and you're just looking for, like, if you're like me and you're wanting to buy something and you just need someone to tell you this is gonna work, it's gonna be worth my money. So if you don't have in that, if your budget ain't in that $800 to $1,000 range, which I know you can even find them for around $750, go for a Franke Affinity 3. And if your budget is less than that and you're in that $600-700 and under range, the Weatherby Element Synthetic, they have this that it'd be a little bit more pricey in wood grain, but even if you just are looking for a shotgun to take a look at, they have those Frankes at a lot of places. Sportsman's Warehouse is a good place to buy. I know some local stores around here that we have, like a gun store, they have them. So if you have a local gun store, maybe you can go in there and be like, hey, Weatherby Element or Franke Affinity 3, and take a look at them for yourself. The Frankes come, if this matters to you, Frankes come with a red bead on the end, and this Weatherby comes with a green bead on the end. And personally, my eye sees green better than red, so that was just even more of a plus. And that is a big thing, is just being able to have what you want. So I know this isn't like I had wanted around a 30-minute podcast every day, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot for 3 of these a week. So I had some difficulties yesterday, and that would have been the fourth one. But I think what I'm gonna shoot for is I could say everything I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try and start putting out videos like of my setups for hunting season, and I'll come in here and kind of break them down. And I hope this could have helped anybody. If you were buying a shotgun in 2023, definitely don't look past a Weatherby Element or a Franke Affinity 3, or if you need 3.5, they have the 3.5 as well. But I'm that way, and if anybody could just, when I was in the market, I just kind of wasn't going in blind. I'm like, I know I want inertia, and I know it needs to do this, and I didn't necessarily want to have the same shotgun as my buddy Nathan. I want to try something. So if you're in the market, I hope that helps you. And if you go to your gun store and you end up falling in love with one of them, let me know, and that'd just make my day if I helped somebody that was in the market to buy a shotgun, and you didn't know which way to go. And because a lot of times you'll get there and you go to somewhere that, let's say you go to a Sportsman's Warehouse and you go there and they have racks, and if you've ever bought a shotgun, you go there and you go up there and you say, well, I'm looking for a shotgun. They go, okay, well, which one do you want? And you look up there, and there's a rack of over 100 and something guns. And there's these ones that are camo, these ones that are wood, these ones are pump shotguns, these ones are semi-autos. Well, is this a gas-powered or is this inertia? It gets overwhelming. So if I could help anyone and help you narrow out of those 100, if you're a hard worker and you're looking to get your best bang for your buck, if you're just a younger shooter out there, these guns will cycle any loads, like I said, and they'll do you good. And they come with a plug in them, so you can hunt with ducks for them. They come with chokes. This one's a different thread pattern than the Franke Affinity 3, but all around great shotgun. If you'd like another look at it, I'll come up here a little closer. There, it's got a gray 4.5 butt stock. So if you're looking and you want the Weatherby, that's the gray one, and Franke's come in all different colors, and they've got them. But look them up. If you go to a gun store and you're looking for a shotgun, I would hope that I could help you. So let me know if you end up buying a shotgun because of this, and make sure to like and subscribe to this podcast or the YouTube channel that this is coming out through, because this is just the video podcast. But this is the City Slicker Podcast, and I've got to get it figured out. But these are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if I helped you out, or if you enjoyed this episode, share it out, like and subscribe. And I've got a goal that I want to get to. So if I helped you out and you enjoyed this episode, show me some love and give me a little bit of a boost, because I enjoy what I do. So thanks for watching today's episode, and that's going to be it for today. Thank you.